What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Taco Truck Podcast. Today, I am greeted with one of the newer faces on YouTube. I actually found him while I was strolling through YouTube looking for some new shoes to buy. Shout out to my friend here, Evan Yee. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. You can follow Evan Yee everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I think a few days ago, I actually tweeted that I got some of his merch, so make sure that you cop. If it's still there at Bonfire, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, Evan, thanks for joining us today. How you been?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
This is the first podcast I've ever done.
Of course, yeah. Well, I think you're first, actually our second. You're on the second episode, but you're our first special guest. So this is pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I mean, for those people, you want to go over what you do on YouTube by chance?
I do a lot of basketball-related content, sneaker-related content. You know, I add my own comedic twist to it. I do skits to it, and you know, I do a lot of the real basketball shoe tests, but I also like get the fake ones and test them out too, because you know, nobody really does that. So I wanted to, add my own twist to the videos.
Most definitely. I think the very first video I saw from you, I think it was the Red Wish shoes. I'm like blanking out which one those were.
That was the first one I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one. So I think I want to talk about is the YouTube algorithm first, because that's actually how I found you. I subscribe to a lot of like wear testers people and stuff. So kind of just started scrolling, and then one night when I was getting ready to go to bed, the video pretty much just cut to your video. I was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" So yeah. That's how the algorithm works here. I think it's good that I found new people to watch, but at the same time, for me as a content creator, it gets a little bit harder to get more fans. Do you kind of agree with that kind of statement, or?
Get more fans in a sense of like because of the algorithm, or
yeah, does it make it a little bit harder, like because you're competing with a bunch of people with the same type of content and stuff? So
well, the algorithm's tricky because it's like you never really know because it changes all the time. But basically, I mean, it is, but how you stand out is just being original, and if overall if your content is good and it's different, then people will subscribe and people will watch you. So if you're doing the same thing as like everyone else, then you don't really stand out. So it's not really going to get the views per se. Like someone commented on one of my videos the other day. He's like, "Hey man, these other dudes said that the traction was good, but you said the traction was bad, so you're wrong." But it's like, bro, I got the shoes. Did you test the shoes? So it's like if everyone was saying the same things and everyone believed the shoes were the same, then just there should only be one person making videos on shoes. So it's like everyone's different. I think how you stand out is being yourself, and don't try to be anything you're not, and just continue to make good content, improve, and the algorithm will eventually find you. Of course, SEO, search engine optimization, is important. Making sure that the title and the description that you have set and the tags are relevant to the video, because otherwise people will like click out of the video if it's not what they are expecting. So yeah.
So being that you and me are pretty much basketball fans, I know you're a Celtic, and I'm pretty much a LeBron fan. So that means
Oh,
you're gonna hate
I'm
me for
hanging up.
saying
I'm
this.
hanging up. I'm hanging up.
You're gonna hate me for saying this, but so I want to get into a little bit into the NBA. So right now, my Lakers are trash this year. So I'm gonna guarantee you we're not gonna make the playoffs this year, and LeBron's gonna be all mad and he's gonna fire every. He's gonna freaking fire Magic Johnson. He's gonna fire Luke Walton. Just watch him fire that entire Lakers squad. Um, how do you feel now that you're more of an Eastern Conference fan? You're a Boston Celtic fan. How do you feel now that Giannis is pretty much going to be, I would say, the future of the NBA? How do you feel about that?
I like Giannis, to be honest. I think he's a humble player. You don't really get that with superstars now. You know, he's said that he wants to stay in Milwaukee his whole
Mm-hmm.
career. You know, and I like players like that. You know, who don't chase rings, where like they don't like go to other teams, but like they stay loyal, and then they bring other players to them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like Damian Lillard. I think he's like the same type of character. Russell Westbrook. I like their mindset, you know, and I like
Yeah.
Giannis's game too. If he develops a jump shot, then it's going to be scary. Yeah.
So,
I don't know if you noticed. I think you're up to date with all the sneaker news, but there have been a bunch of leaks with the Greek Freak ones. Um, I kind of saw the silhouette and I kind of don't like it because the swoosh is actually the midsole. How's your take on the Greek Freak one? That's the leak foot videos. I'm not sure if you've seen them
Oh,
already.
I've never seen. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah.
Greek Freak One.
yeah, they have some leaks
Oh,
from
is it the
of the
backward swoosh?
yeah, the backward swoosh. That's that bad boy.
That's interesting. It kind of looks like a. I don't know. It looks kind of funky. I don't know. It looks kind of like a basic Nike model that you could find for like 50, $60 at the outlets or something.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't like it. For and for his game, I feel like it should be more heavy duty, like a LeBron type.
Well, yeah, so me and my brother are looking at this, and my brother's a big Bucks fan, and he loves Giannis. And he's like, yo, I'm going to buy Giannis's first shoe, man. And he looks at the leak footage and the video, is like, what the fuck is this? This is trash. But I kind of like where they're going with it. I kind of understand it. He's trying to make it, I would say, like a Greek-ish style shoe. Something that I guess takes homage to his home country of Greece. So that's why I kind of understand where it's coming from. Like he's trying to show homage to his country.
I guess I'm looking at the picture. I don't see any Greek thing on it. It's just a black and white shoe, you know. But I
Well,
mean, I guess I'm sure they will disclose more information when the time comes.
hmm
But
so
how'd your brother become a Bucks fan?
Okay,
okay,
so
so
originally watched Stephen Curry ever since he got drafted into the NBA. So he's been a Warriors fan for a long time. And then I think he watched one of the Greece whatever league there he was in, and he was like, "Yo, bro, check this guy out, Giannis and he said his name wrong. Obviously, he's like Giannis Antetokounmpo. So he goes, "Yo, check this guy out. He's gonna make it to the league." And then we were watching him. He's like, "Yeah, most definitely." And then from there, he just kept watching Giannis ever since he was like a scrawny kid, and now he's like a swole big dude. 7'1" now, so
I would
It's
say he's
like
7-1.
it's hard to comprehend how all those GMs passed on him, and they picked other people over him. Because even his rookie year, he didn't average that much, but you could see he had potential.
hmm
You know, I'm mad that my Celtics picked Kelly Olynyk over him. That was terrible. Oh my god.
uh,
so recently in one of your videos you got the Nike Adapt BBs, and I've seen the video on it, and at first I kind of wanted to get that shoe because of the new technology, and your video kind of dragged me away from it. Now that it's been, let's say, I would say 3 weeks with the shoe, do you still have that in like your heavy rotation?
Yeah, I hope it was right here actually. Um, I like playing in it because one, not many people have it, so then they'll be like, "Oh shit, he's got the self-lacing shoes. He must be something, you know." But no, I like it. It's like really good lockdown. It feels really comfortable. It's loud though,
Yeah.
but it's okay. All right, stop. All right, yeah. No, it's a really cool shoe to have. I like playing in it. Honestly, you can definitely find other shoes that are like
Hmm.
are a lot cheaper and are as effective. But I don't know. I like them. I spent a lot of money on it, so I'm going to play in
Of
them.
course. While we're talking about shoes, let me ask you, what is your all-time favorite shoe? We can look at the past and the present, but I think we want to take one shoe from the past and one shoe from the present. I'll tell you mine right now. I don't have it with me, but it's the Way of Wade 7s from Li Ning. I imported those bad boys from Australia because if you buy it from Amazon, they fuck up your box. So, yeah, so for me, I love the Way of Wade 7s because it's obviously Dwayne Wade's shoe. It's also because it's a very comfortable ride for a big man like me, and it kind of combines zoom and boost in one shoe. So that's why I like that Way of Wade 7 versus most current shoes.
Oh yeah, I haven't played, to be honest, in any of the Li Ning shoes. I haven't gotten around to it, but like the Way of Wade, like it always like enticed me by the way they look, you know.
Hmm.
And you said that they're really comfortable. Like those are the newer ones, right? The
Yeah.
sevens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get them right. I think I can get
Oh
them.
yeah.
Oh, destruction.
These are what you hoop in, or what you just wear on a regular day
Dude, I
basis.
hoop in these bad boys every day. Right here.
Okay. And they're
This is the.
comfy.
Of course, man. These are the. I guess these are the. This is the Team No Sleep version, so it's going to be a more expensive model. But it's freaking comfortable, like really good. Just the Phylon is weird. But other than
Hmm.
that, it's a really good shoe.
So that's your favorite shoe now or of all time?
This is my favorite shoe now. Like this is what I'll use daily.
Hmm. All right. So, what's your favorite shoe of all time?
All
Does it have to be basketball shoes, or does it have to be like
we'll
what you
keep it to
playing?
basketball, playing
Okay.
shoes. And for me, all time, Hyperize. That's a
Oh yeah,
classic. I
yeah.
destroyed my pair, and I've been trying to find like stock Xing it to see if they still have, but they obviously don't have my size.
No, yeah. That's one of my favorite shoes too because they came out when I was in high school and I had a really good year in those shoes and
Mm.
it was the Hyper Dunks before that and then it came with the Hyper Rise and I have them but it's somewhere in the boxes. I don't know if I should get it out because then all the boxes are gonna fall
It's
off.
okay, no worries.
Yeah, but yeah, the Hyper Rise is one of my favorite basketball shoes of all time. Another good basketball shoe I liked was the let's see, I'm trying to think. The the Hyper Dunk, the original Hyper Dunks actually I did
Yeah.
like those. Um shoot. I like recently I really like the Kyrie 4s. The Kyrie 5s not so much. I like the
Mm.
PG ones. Anything like I like ones with like you could like react real good in, you know,
Yeah.
some shoes like you just like you sink your foot sinks in it and it's hard to like react, so I like those
Mm.
really bouncy shoes. um I as a like my favorite shoe of all time, like they're basketball shoes like originally, but like you know I like, and I don't wear them to poop in anymore. I like the Jordan 3s. I
Yeah.
like the Jordan 11s, Space Jams. These are
Mm.
actually the shoe that got me into sneakers, the
Yeah.
Jordan 11s in 10th, ninth grade, 10th grade or something like that. I
Mm.
was playing AAU and I wasn't really into sneakers like that, but all my teammates they were like trying to get these and I was like, "What's that?" And like I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "That's a nice shoe right there." And yeah, I ended up getting it for Christmas and it was like ever since then I've been into sneakers.
Mhm.
I was probably like I grew up like in the suburbs, so not a lot of the kids were into like retro Jordans. They wore like Team Jordans and stuff. So I was one of the
Yeah.
only dudes who wore these. So like that's like what set me apart from them. So that's why I like sneakers so much. I kind of drifted away after a while because a lot of people were into it, and then people just started reselling. So
Yeah.
the culture wasn't there as much. But I'm getting back into it, as you can see from like my channel and stuff.
Yeah. So we're pretty much born in two different cultures. You're born in the Eastern culture.
I guess I'm Western, but I'm more Hawaii style. And growing up, the shoe that everyone bought was either a Kobe or a Hyperdunk. So it would be, you'd pick that or the other. And I swear, every time I would play AAU, they would freaking wear Kobe. One team will wear Kobe's, the other team will wear Hyperdunks, and it'll always be a clash of Kobe versus Hyperdunk. And I think when I was playing at the time, Kobe was pretty much the star at the time, so everyone wanted to be like Kobe. Nowadays, we're seeing more people trying to be like Steph Curry. No low post basketball, which was the era that I grew up in of low post. And being a big man like myself, now I don't get the ball that often now. So as a guard, do you sometimes feel for the big man that they're really that they're going to be really good in the post, but sometimes they never get the ball and they don't get to shine? Do you have like do you have a feeling for that traditional big man nowadays?
Yeah. I mean, big men nowadays, they play in the perimeter anyways. They just shoot threes all the time, But like for a traditional big man who like to post up, yeah, I kind of feel for them because that's their game. But I think as the game evolves, their game has to evolve as well. So you have to develop a mid-range 3-point game, perimeter game. You have to know how to dribble. But like I think as a good player, you should know everything. Like even as guards, like Kobe, his post game was like the best. Like Paul Pierce, their post game was best, and it wasn't necessarily they could do the post moves in the perimeter because their footwork was so good, and then they could do turnaround J's and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, big men who were solely off the post, yeah, it's tough because everybody is just it's just fast break now, running gun, shoot threes. But I think that they have to develop, evolve their game to the game it is now. But people don't know how to defend the post either. So like if you get a big man in the post, like someone posted me up the other day, he was like bigger than me. I was like, ah, crap, you know what I mean? So I just fouled him,
Yeah.
because not many like they don't teach like the fundamentals these days to the kids. Like they don't teach like the post moves either. But like it's really effective. Even back if you go back to the 80s, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, no one could stop his sky hook, but yet no one teaches it now, So it's I don't know, it's crazy. I'm like a basketball purist, so I like the old stuff too.
Yeah, so we're looking at
So I don't know if you know this, but I'm not sure if you follow me on a Facebook or anything like that. But recently, I've teamed up with a local coach here. His name is Cheyenne Delaghetto, and he runs the Maui Basketball Academy. And pretty much, he's teaching, and I like what he's doing nowadays. He's actually teaching all of the newer players how to post up, how to shoot those old school faders, how to skyhook and everything like that. So it's not necessarily that the old school is gone. It's just that like you said, they're not being taught as often. So I like how Cheyenne is going back and he's going back to teach these kids how to do things. And like you said, it'll make them a better player. And I'll totally agree with you with that. Other than that, in today's NBA, now that there's a rise of New Balance, PUMA, and obviously Under Armour is in there, of those three brands, what brand, I would say, do you think would be would be the runner-up, the third place band versus Nike and Adidas?
Well, I haven't had a chance to play in the New Balance ones yet. New Balance is like based out here in the Northeast. They have like a big like building here in Boston, and they actually they branded the Celtics practice facility. So like they're really big here. But and I used to actually play in New Balances when I was a kid, but I didn't like really factor into like how good a shoe it was. It was just a shoe that I could play in, but I would probably say, I mean, Under Armour is really killing the game now. They have they have Steph Curry, like he's one of the biggest figures in basketball, and they got Embiid. But like people comment all the time on one of my recent videos, they're like, Under Armour has nobody else but Steph, because that's what I said. But
Mm-hmm.
then they were like, well, they have Joel Embiid. But if you look at it, big men don't really sell shoes, you know. So
Yeah.
I like Pumas. I like the way they look. It looks very similar to the KD 11s, but I really like the Puma shoe, to be honest. And I think if they keep pushing it, they keep signing the young dudes, I think they're gonna do well too. And honestly, I think they look better than the Under Armours. The Under Armours are ugly. New Balances are ugly too. So if it's based off looks, I think, which a lot of people care about, you know, if the shoes look good, like if the kids, like, they want a shoe that looks good on their feet, and they want a shoe that their favorite players are wearing. And I think Puma is on the rise to be that third option under Nike and Adidas.
So, have you taken a look at the new the Uproar Charlotte by chance?
Are those the Puma ones?
The new ones.
The ones that the like big men wear, kind of.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah, I've seen them.
How do you feel about those, man?
They are right. They kind of got like a old school vibe to it. I think that's what Puma's going for, anyways. Like a newer versions of their older models. But I like it. I like the Clyde Court Disrupts better. But you know, I like it. I'm not mad at it. It's not like the Currys. Like the Currys are ugly. I don't. By the way, I don't know when you're releasing this podcast, but I'm releasing a Curry video soon, so just to let you know. Just let you know.
The diss is live, guys. Fuck Curry. Yeah, I will actually over here once
every like 3 years we have a Under Armour. It's kind of like a Under Armour meetup where they invite certain players, and luckily in the last 3 years ago I was invited to one of them, and they gave all of us a pair of, I think it was the Curry 3 back at that time. And man, those things look so ugly. I was like, bro, can I wear my freaking Nikes now? Like, I'm serious. I really did not like the Currys. And, yeah. So, I'm not there's a conspiracy going around that the retail versions of our shoes are different than the ones that you get, that the NBA players get. So, there's a picture circulating that Stephen Curry's, Curry 6s, they don't have, I guess, that carbon fiber. I don't know what they have on that bottom. Does not exist in his version. It's like purely made out of rubber.
Is that a thing?
I mean, I don't know if it's conspiracy theory, because I think I heard that like the pro models are just better. Like, it would make more sense if it was like optimized so they perform at the highest level. Because, like, you know, I think Kyrie's, you know how it's just zoom in the forefoot. I think for him it's like a full length zoom, but like it's not for the consumers, because if they did that, then they'd make the shoe a lot more expensive, and then people probably wouldn't buy them as much because they'd rather spend that money on LeBron's or someone with a bigger name like that.
All right, so while we're still talking about basketball, I'm going to ask you a really, really hard question that most fans will hate. Give me your top 5 favorite basketball players currently in the NBA and the past. That's a tough question, right?
Yeah. Like 5 current now, and then 5
in the past. Yeah.
All right, sure. All right, how about you give me your list first, and then I'm gonna go after.
I'm gonna go from bottom to the top. So, number 5, I'm putting Giannis in number 5 because
this is for now. This is present
day. So number 5 for me is Giannis because of his jump shot. It just doesn't exist yet. So until he has the jump shot, he'll probably go up to like number 3 or something like that. Number 4, I put Kyrie because Kyrie got them handles, but the leadership for me it's kind of it's there.
Yeah, he's annoying me.
Yeah,
he's really annoying me. They just got blown out by the Raptors.
Yeah. Number 3, I'm gonna put Steph Curry. I've been following him ever since he was drafted. His shooting is there, handles are there. I think he's just going on a steady decline. So we're just gonna see how he plays after that. Number 2, I put the old GOAT himself, LeBron. because LeBron's
LeBron.
team sucks. He was number 1, but now he's number 2. And
I
then
honestly think the Lakers are gonna make the playoffs though, and
Mhm.
like they're gonna play like the Nuggets in the first round.
Yeah.
I feel like LeBron, they're gonna beat the Nuggets, you know.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't worry if I was a Lakers fan.
And then my number 1 is Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is
Of course.
actually my all-time favorite player. One Last Dance. He pretty much was the guy who I copied all my shots from. My free throw style is exactly the same like Dwayne Wade. My play style is exactly the same like Wade, just a little funky Dirk Nowitzki thrown in there. Runner up is Dirk Nowitzki, so.
Oh, okay. Wait, so you're a Lakers fan, or you're a LeBron?
I'm a
fan?
LeBron truest.
So you were a fan when he went to Miami. That's why you liked Dwayne Wade so much.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. How about top 5 all time?
All time. That's the hardest list that I have. Number 5, I'm gonna put Scottie Pippen because he got that Filipino blood.
He's Filipino?
That's what they're saying. Like I don't think he's Filipino.
Oh, that's interesting. I knew that.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen number 5 because he's like the best. I would say the best second piece to an all-star player. Number 4, John Stockton because passing is key, sharing the rock and leadership and all that stuff. Number 3 would be Kobe because everyone wants to be like Kobe, pretty much. Number 2, I'm gonna put Jordan up in there because, he was the one who pretty much showed me how to play. Like, I guess Jordan and Wade were kind of like a mirror image of each other, but Wade is a little bit different per se. So that's why I kind of like Jordan for that. And number 1 for me, that's a tough one. I'm going with Larry Bird because I just like he's just I would say he's a super consistent player. He's not too flashy. He's very traditional, very fundamental type of guy. So that's why Larry Bird is going to be my number 1 all time.
I thought you were gonna say Dwayne Wade. You can't. They can't mix the two lists. Can't mix.
Well, he's not retired yet, so he's still considered current. So.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right. So I guess I'll do the list right now. I'll do present first.
Mm-hmm.
Present. I'm gonna say Steph Curry. Even though like recently he's like the Warriors in general have been bugging me because they just win all the time. But yeah, I like Steph. I like what's his name? Damian Lillard. He's just consistent. He like I said earlier, I like his mentality. Like he doesn't take the easy road. And then I like Greek Freak, Giannis. He's like a dude like you can just put him on any team, he's gonna lead them. Not like AD. Like that's like I like AD, but he's not like he's not Giannis, you know. And then shoot. I don't even know if this is in order. This is just my top 5.
Yeah, it's fine.
2, I really like I like Terry Rozier. I like his game. I know because I'm a Celtics fan, and watching him last year in the playoffs, he really stepped up when Kyrie was out. Honestly, personally, I like him better than Kyrie. Like not as a player. Like I think he's like I like him personally more because I know Kyrie's a better player, but like Terry's more likable because he doesn't like whine to the media as much as Kyrie. He's just annoying. But number 1 is Jason Tatum.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's just shifty. He's young. It's been a while since the Celtics have had that young player that he's gonna be a superstar. You know, and because we've been like good for the past few years, like, and then because like we had like the big 3, and they were all older. They weren't young. And then we had to rebuild. And then Jason Tatum is probably like my favorite player now.
Okay.
Now all time. So you said they got to be retired.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's see. I'm just gonna list people. Michael Jordan. I'm gonna be real though. I've only seen him play when he was on the Wizards and highlights, you know, from when he was on the Bulls because I was too young. But like he was a killer. And obviously he's the best player of all time It's still, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Two, and then I can't do it in order because I might say someone and then I'll be like, oh shoot, I should have put him over him.
I'll put a
But Larry
disclaimer.
Bird,
You're good.
yeah, Larry Bird, of course, he won 3 championships with the Celtics, led the Celtics to 5 NBA Finals against like Magic and the Lakers and stuff. So Larry Bird, because even if you watch his highlights, he wasn't just a shooter. He was like a killer. He was a passer too. Like his passes were ridiculous. Like if you see like what Luka Doncic does now, like that was like Larry Bird. But like Larry Bird was an assassin because he would go up to you and say, "I'm gonna hit the game-winning shot right here," and he would actually do it. Like what? Like who? You have to have some big cojones. Yeah. And then I like Bill Russell, champion, the most winningest player of all time. And then I gotta say KG and Paul Pierce, because growing up, I was in middle school when they came on the Celtics, or Paul Pierce was been on the Celtics forever, but like KG, when he came on the Celtics, it changed everything. And like I just remember that time, it was important. It was like very important to me, like for them to win that championship, and it just like brings back memories. So for sentimental reasons and all that, I gotta say KG and Paul Pierce.
Cool.
So obviously, I'm from Boston. It's gonna be a Celtic heavy list. Yeah,
that's totally fine. I mean, we grew up. You're East Coast. I'm more Asian Coast. So
it's crazy how social media can bring people together like this, like from different ends of the earth. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
So let's final topic here. I want to talk about the famous family here, the Ball family. There hasn't been any news about them. BBB. You said that you're gonna do a video on the ZO19s whenever they come out in the future.
Yeah.
But now we're kind of more talking about Melo with Spire. Recently, there's a video that's been showed off to social media that there's actually this kid that ran in the middle of the game to, I guess, shake Melo Ball's hand, and then he ran off the court. It was like a game distraction. Now that high school players, like back in the day, you and me, when we were playing like high school and stuff, we didn't have like Ball is Life. Well, they weren't prevalent back in the day, but now that high school players are on like Slam and all those bigger basketball sites, do you wish that at the time you're playing ball in high school that it was a thing, that at least you'd get a hoop mixtape from one of them?
I think like when you're a kid, you care about that stuff, when you're younger, because you're like, damn, I want to be. Because I remember when I was in high school, we had this recruiting website where it ranked players in our region, and like everyone wanted to be on that. They get their picture taken, they wanted to be ranked. And then now it's even more crazy because like people want to be on like hoop mixtape, they want to be on Slam, they want to be on All His Life, and it really is like all just for clout now, because like even like players like Julian Newman, like he was popular, but like he doesn't have like high Division I offers, but he's like more of a social media presence, and that's cool too if you want to take that route. Like some people want to, pursue basketball as a career, as like going pro one day, or some people just want to take it, kind of do what I do, like make digital media content, and that it's cool either way, and you don't have to be the best player in the world to make content on YouTube or on Instagram, but you got, it definitely helps when you have that exposure or early on, so you have a name. So like it depends on what you want to do with it, and I think earlier on, what kid didn't want, videos of them like, dunking, splashing threes and stuff like that, so you could post on Facebook. Well, back then we used Facebook, and then you got Twitter now, Instagram, just so like your boys can see you, oh shoot, he got clout, or like girls can see you do this stuff, but it's really up to the person. And also it could be a distraction for some kids, they let that get the best of them and like, get complacent with their game. So they're like, they stop, working at it. They think, oh, because I got all these views, I got all these comments saying I'm good, I don't have to work at it as much as the next person,
Cool. Yeah, most def. So this is gonna be the lightning question here. Name 3 YouTubers. Well, you're still, you and me are still up and coming, but 3 YouTubers that inspire you to make the best quality content all the time.
That's tough. All right, I can't do the lightning because that came out of nowhere. Okay, all right, you go first.
Okay. Number 1 for me, Casey Neistat. Obviously, he has a storytelling element that I'm trying to put into my videos that show that, yes, it's a daily vlog, but I'm trying to tell you my story from, having the stupid plot diagram thing and everything like that. Number 2 is my Asian inspired from Hawaii, Nigahiga. Growing up, I've watched him ever since I was a kid, so Ryan Higa is always going to be up there. And the last person, I would say Hoopin' Life. Hoopin' Life was the guy who, Nelson Chan. He's the one who kind of introduced me to shoe culture. So, yep.
Yeah, no. When the Fung Bros were in New York, I went over there. I helped. I was kind of like an intern for them when Nelson was just starting out too. So I was like kind of learning from them at the same time. Yeah, and they're cool people. But so my top 3 would probably, like when I was younger, when I first discovered YouTube, it was Tim Delaghetto. Because his skits were funny. They still are at the time. I watch it from time to time. What's his name? This dude named Peter McKinnon. He does the photography stuff. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he kind of built his thing. It wasn't overnight, but he grew it kind of fast, And for me, I like to watch videos. Honestly, I don't watch other basketball or sneaker YouTubers because it's gonna like cloud my vision and like it's gonna put me in a box, and it's like for creative purposes I can't do that. I watch other people like content stuff like just like I even watch like food channels, makeup channels, and get ideas from them, and import it into my niche, whatever that word is, niche. But third one, I'm trying to think of who I watch a lot. Myself.
There it is. Shameless plug. Subscribe to Evan Yee on YouTube, guys. Hit the notification bell.
Exactly.
All right. So at the end of all my podcasts, I like to leave with I guess a tip or an inspirational quote for any of the new and upcoming people on YouTube. If you could tell yourself in the past, what is one thing that you would tell that old person, like, should I stay on the grind or anything, if they're kind of like doubting themselves in this now it's a run and gun world of content creation?
Yeah, man, just stay true to yourself. Continue to grind, because if you have good content, you'll have a video that hits. And for me, it was the Wish video, and I just kept running with it, and don't try to be do everything. Earlier on, I didn't have a niche, so I would do like food stuff, I would do skits, I would do different stuff. Just stick to a niche, for now, and then you do one that you're passionate about, first of all. So don't do something that you don't really care about, but you think is going to get a lot of views. If you have a passion for it, people will sense that and they'll follow you. And just keep grinding, because it'll hit. Just don't get too down, don't get too high, because you got to keep it even keel, and you'll be successful.
All right, man. Thanks. Well, thank you, Evan, for joining us on the Taco Truck podcast. This is actually the quickest episode I've done because I got to go play ball soon. But if you guys don't know, follow Evan Yee on everywhere. Was it Evan Yee YT everywhere, if I recall?
It's on Instagram, Evan Yee, EVANYEE. On Twitter, Evan_Yee. On Facebook, it's Evan Yee YT.
So yeah, you make sure you follow us. Obviously, subscribe to him. Subscribe to us at the Taco Truck Podcast. Make sure you watch. Your Dame 5 video was pretty fire, so I'm gonna keep plugging the Dame 5 video. All skate, guys. Make sure you watch that.
Oh, you know what? They took that video down, and then I had to re-upload it. It had like 10K after a day. Now it has like 10K total or something like that. But like I had to take it down or they took it down for me because they had some like problems with it, and I had to re-upload it with changes. And damn, man, I put a lot of effort into that one too. But yeah, go check that video out.
Make sure you check that out, and then hopefully you'll see me and Evan in ISA TV basketball tournament in like 4 years. But other than that,
maybe man, I'm gonna be in Hawaii too. So all his followers from in Hawaii, if there's anyone in Honolulu, I'm gonna be out there in March. So check me out there.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the Taco Truck podcast. We'll go ahead and eat a taco later tonight, but other than that, thanks for joining. We'll see you folks in the next episode. Peace.
Say it again, say it again. You're saying you're sorry, so say it again. Only you can make my world go black. Say you love me, then you take it back.